what's up guys? It's Aman Singh, you're watching Sikh Arms. Today, we're gonna talk about a pretty exciting thing. Sikh Arms branded lowers. Before I even open the box, if you don't know what a lower is, I'll show you. A lower is the lower receiver of a firearm. That is what is known as a firearm. That's what's registered, that's serialized, all that. So that in itself is a firearm, right? So it's this part that the grip attaches to that has a safety selector, the trigger, the mag release, bolt release, all that good stuff. All right, we're pretty excited. That's what the box looks like. Open it up, and I already took this out. There's a patch in there, and then you see the lower. And we've actually got two types of lowers. We've got forged lowers, which is this one right here, and we've got billet lowers. This one's an ambidextrous lower. They can both be kind of ambidextrous. This is more. The forged lower, if you guys don't know the difference, I won't even get into the material itself, but like typically most forged lowers are pretty mil spec. They're bare bones. They look just like almost anybody else's lowers. There's usually not much of a difference in them. That's all this one is. You know, if you just want a standard mil spec looking lower, you get the forged lower. There's two differences in here from most standard forged lowers. One, it's an M16 or M4 cut, which means it's got a low shelf. If you know what that means, great. If you don't, you don't need to worry about it. And then normally the rear takedown pin detent hole is not threaded, where this one is. So if you ever built lowers before, when you're putting the detent spring in there, a lot of times that flies out, or when you're trying to put the actual end plate on, people end up twisting it and snapping it. Or when you take the end plate off because you're changing something, whatever it is, your spring goes flying out. You'll never find it. This solves that issue. It's threaded, put the spring in there, cut a little bit of the spring, then you put the set screw, which we gave you. Tighten it in there, put the end plate on whenever you want. You don't have to worry about it. When you take it off, the spring's still not gonna go anywhere. Makes things easier. Also, both of these lowers are 7075 T6 aluminum, and they're both hard anodized and black. Both are M4 or M16 cut. So on this guy, the billet one, we have an ambi bolt release. It's on this side, and on this side it'll come with the Geisley enlarged one, right? Mag release, again, it's ambi, both sides. This is how this guy will come. Everything else you can put, you know, your own trigger, your own pins, etc. So the part where you put the spring for the bolt release is threaded. The rear takedown detent hole is also threaded. And then where you normally you have to hammer in a pin right by the for the bolt catch bolt release. It's threaded. It makes it a lot easier. You're not gonna scuff it up. It's just much easier. This one, you still have a pin, so just be careful. If you've done it before, it's not impossible. It just takes a little bit of patience. So this one, you don't really need a rubber mallet or anything for almost anything besides. Honestly, you don't really need it. So the billet one definitely has more bells and whistles, but you could really deck both of these out. Basically, here's a forged one, mil spec, looking, deep pocket, threaded detent hole. Billet, pretty much everything that could be threaded is threaded, and it'll come with the ambi mag release and the ambi bolt release. Hopefully you guys like these. We're pretty excited to offer these now. There's really no other Sikh branded firearm out there that we know of, so we're pretty happy and excited to be the first ones out there. Hope you guys like these.